Hi, so today I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to fix in my house. So this is a socket in my bedroom. It's been like this ever since I bought the house, but before I had a wardrobe in front of it, so I never really needed it, but I've rearranged the furniture. So you can see that what's wrong is they've cut the hole too wide, so the back box for the socket can't cling on properly. So we're going to see what we can do to fix this. I've turned the electric off to all my sockets in my house. To do this, you always want to do that and make sure that the electricity is isolated. I've took the front panel off this to get a proper look at the back box, and what I can see here is the side, this here side, the right hand side, is a lot better than the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch here on the left. So I'm going to measure the distance. So I'm pushing this over as far as I can on this side, which is where I would want it to be if it was running properly. And then I'm going to measure this distance here to see how big of a patch I have to make. Obviously it's going to be something quite solid, so this here is something to grip against, so I'm going to do that now. You can see here, look, with that kind of flush against there, just how big that gap is. So, try this with one hand. Whenever I measure that, I'm going to push it against the inside lip. It's about 2 centimeters. That's how big my patch is going to have to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a wee patch out of wood. Okay, obviously you can't just plaster over it, it won't give you the strength that you need to make it tight. So what I've got here is wood that's 1 centimeter thick, and what I need is 1 centimeter by 2 centimeters by 8. So I'm going to cut out this little bit. This is my little patch. Okay, it's not pretty, but it doesn't have to be pretty. So basically what my plan is to do is to make a little back plate for it like this out of an odd bit of wood, and then I'm going to attach it inside the plasterboard. I'm going to now drill a little pilot hole the whole way through the wood using my drill. Can't do these things with one hand, so you're going to have to trust me. I'm going to drill a wee pilot hole through that and then screw the two pieces together. So I've aligned my patch with the side of this. Because this isn't an exact square like my wood is, I'm going to cut this out. But given this plasterboard, you can get very easily using a Stanley knife. So I'm going to just cut that out now. So now that I've squared that all up and I know that it fits, I'm basically going to put this in behind like this. I'm going to drill a screw straight into my back wood here. I'm just going to hold this wee patch in place. So I've screwed that in until it recesses slightly, because I'm going to cover this then in plaster. And you can see that's pretty solid there now. So obviously electricity's still off and everything. What you can see now is I've pushed my wee clips in here and I've lined this up and it's pretty tight. What I'm going to do now is put the front face on again, screw them into these little clips, and it should be nice and tight. So I should just say that you want to push it in and then pull your little clips forward. These are red, sometimes your ones are yellow. You can pull them forward until it makes it flush with the wall. Now I'm going to tighten it up. It's difficult to tighten these by pulling the screw tight. It'll just end up snapping or around the head in the screw, so pull them with your fingers until it's nice and tight against the plasterboard, and on this case against a little spacer. So just now that I've tightened it up and it's solid, now what I'm going to do is going to plaster here, here and up and around here to kind of just level everything off again, and then we're going to paint over it once it's dry. So I've got a healthy dollop of plaster here, and I'm going to use that there to patch our little hole here. Using a wee wallpaper scraper to patch. So this is what it looks like now that I've plastered it. I'm not the best plasterer in the world, but it's obviously filled in all the wee holes and covered up where the wood was. So I'll leave that to dry now, and once it's dry I'll sand it and then paint it, and that'll be us. This is what it looks like now that it's been sanded. You can see that all the little gaps around where I put the wood are filled, and I just have to paint it. This is it now that it's been painted. I'm going to do a couple more layers of paint to get rid of these here kind of lines. That's just after the first layer, but I think it certainly looks a lot better than it did before, and it's pretty solid now, so good workable socket.